Holy shit. Quality is not so amazing, but I do not think that is a big thing to worry about. Are we live is the big question. Yes, we are with a very laggy camera. Okay, wait, is it still lagging? No, we're actually good. Okay. Alright. Let's keep going.
So, why answer to them? These are our streets. These are our.
Maybe the beginning is a bit weird.
These are ours.
Oh, I have an idea. Maybe I'm gonna, for the first bob down, I might just like, wait, hold up. Yeah. I might just take these, you know, all of these, and bring them. Oh, that's also cool. Anyways, and bring this so it doesn't like go as high. And bring it. Wait, where can I bring it down? Like this?
These are our. These are our.
No, actually, I like it being more up because then it gives like a bit of a.
These are ours. These are.
Cool would be if I moved it up quicker. So if right here, for example, it's already like. Now that is fine that this like kind of goes like this. But like something like the Z could actually be here a bit earlier. As well as the X. And I do not know why this is not going according to plan. How can we... Ah. Right. Tell me when the stream... Or when you guys are in the stream, I will explain everything that in the last stream you couldn't have answered. Or whatever. Damn. Let me just. You know, this is kind of. It's just too quick. So let me just make. Ah, hello, sir. Well then, let's just use this then. And make this a tiny bit like that.
We hear.
Like... Yeah. Okay, what's your question about the halftones? Or like, what exactly are you not able to do? Okay, nice. We made it slower. Now it's too slow. No, it doesn't have like.
On my way home, RN.
Ah. Cool. So I guess I'm gonna explain for Marvin in a second because he asked me something on Discord. Faith rage. Okay, this works pretty well, just a tiny bit quicker.
These are ours.
Yeah, that's fine.
These are our streets. These are our streets. These are our streets.
Okay, now actually it could, right here, it could already be on the way down, you know, like a tiny bit over here, tiny bit over here. Oh my goodness, that is horrible. Right here maybe as well, a bit more over like this. More. More. Oh, that is almost perfect. There's like a tiny bit of a jitter right here. Moves on the right too much, which can be fixed by choosing this.
Our street. Our street. These
Oof.
are our streets.
Ah,
These are our streets. These are our streets. These are our streets. Our.
okay, one thing though, it's still a bit... I think what's missing is, since she's moving to the left, for her to the right, for us to the left,
Our.
I could try to kind of bring this a bit forward. That is the X, right? Yes. So I could try to kind of bring the X forward a bit more.
Our.
Ooh, that's actually so good.
Our street.
Oh.
Our streets. Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not hearing me.
Streets. Someone should remind.
And then right here, for both of the arms, I'm gonna try to make this motion a bit more rapid in the sense of it being so for example, these two, push them one more closer, and these three, push them more towards this.
Remind them. Should remind them. Should remind.
Faith Rage, in the other stream, did you mean with this sentence, the Miles shader update? I almost got it, but I'm not getting it. The 3-tone highlight on Miles. Do you mean with 3-tone highlight, like these different stages of, like, wait, let me just pull up my so I can show it, so I can just, you know, should be somewhere over here, there. Ah yeah, oh, you already answered.
Yeah, the half-tone, the dotted rim item. I sent you an update on Discord. I use cycles cores. I did find a tutorial on YouTube, so replicated just that, but couldn't get that highlight crying face.
Can I show it on stream? Probably yes, because you're asking, and I have one viewer, which is probably only you, but I can show you, or I can first of all check out what you did, and then show you what you can. So you did that in cycles. Because my shader is only possible in Eevee, which I'm going to show you in a second, how it works. Yeah, you used cycles, okay. Yeah, okay, I'm going to show you how it works, and maybe you can, you know, get something out of that, I guess. So let me just open another blend file, and open my... Okay, wait, where do I actually have that still in here? I don't think so. I maybe have it on a hard drive. Yeah, no, I definitely don't have that. Where's my hard drive? Ah, hello again. Let me just check. Hold on. Alright, that looks good. Boop. Actually, there might be some personal info, so I'm just gonna quickly hide my screen, just in case. I don't know how this works, so... Alright. Yep, that thing. That should be... Here, projects, general... Spider-Man? No. These are shader practices. Spider-Verse, animation miles, tests. Spider-Verse test 1. What is this? Oh, no, that is pretty recent. That was not that. Oh, it might be in... Well, wait. I know I have it somewhere. Just not sure where. Obviously in... Oh my god. Okay, wait, hold up. I should put something for the stream there. Let me just add a text. Text. Searching for something. Right. Ah, bruh. Alright. Boop. Perfect. Making of. Yeah, I guess so. Raw projects. Okay, we're getting closer. Blender, we're getting closer. It's getting warmer. Spider-Verse project. Okay. Shader for Spider-Verse. All right. Miles shader. We got it. This file location. Now I can actually also share my screen again. Let's make this. Wait. There we go. Okay. All right. Splash screen. Open. File location right here. Miles shader. Rendered view. Now I just have to relink the textures and then we'll set. We are all set. Holy shit. Find missing files. And now also the shader setup has to load. Now the shader setup might be a bit overwhelming when you look at it first, but it's actually way simpler than you might think. My laptop is exploding. Okay, we're there. It couldn't find... Okay, this is pink because... Oh, still loading. Okay. So yeah, there are some missing files, so this is pink for a reason. Don't you worry, just ignore it. Nope, this is definitely not it. Okay, this is the shader setup, yep, okay. Let me just... Wait, why is this pink though? The world... Lighting... It should be on color. Is there a emission? Bruh. Color, RGB. There we go. Okay. We are set. We got everything. So, yeah, no, this is... Yeah, this is a very long time ago. Over a year ago. But yeah, basically how it works. In Eevee, there's this feature. Wait, hold up. Let me just show you. If you have a normal principal BSDF, and it looks like this, right? In Eevee, what you can do... Oh, hold up. This also has to be set to... Not ray tracing. Because back then there wasn't the option for ray tracing. This is the new Blender version.
That's
no
awesome
problem.
For you to share.
No problem, man. Let me just quickly check. It's a bit... Since it's a bit long time ago, I guess it's a bit laggy. Probably not the reason, but anyways. So if you have a normal principal BSDF, in Eevee, only in Eevee, not in Cycles, you have the shape. It's lagging again. Hopefully the stream isn't lagging. Okay, shader to RGB. Let me actually close my animation. So it's not lagging. Okay, you have the shader to RGB, and if you plug that in, nothing changes. But then this shader is converted into a color. So what you see right here isn't the light anymore that's actually there, but actually if you add a color ramp or something, you have the separate, should have the separate colors,
I'll
which
let you
is
know once I get home.
Oh, alpha. Okay, there we go. Now these are the separate colors, and here you can like tweak everything, put that to constant for example, and now I don't know if it's lagging. Yeah, it is lagging. But I'm not sure why exactly, probably because I'm streaming. But now you have that on constant, for example, and now you can like make all of this. You can also set it back to linear, add a few of these, and then set it to constant. And now it also has to load again. Is my stream actually lagging while... Yeah, it is lagging. No, it doesn't seem... So I can explain it. Yeah, if you set it to constant, basically it doesn't have like any interpolation in between the color, and then it's like more of an anime style. Holy shit, please load! Jesus! This isn't actually like any computer heavy stuff. I don't know why this is like so incredibly laggy. Holy moly. Closing DaVinci Resolve. Okay, there we go. And now you can like basically tweak this. You can also like change the color of the certain areas, as you can see. This is basically that. And actually, still you are able to move like the light, and this will interact with it. So that's like the basics of creating an anime style shader. Whoops. And with that technique, I created this. So you first start... Let me just quickly recap, because this was a year ago, but I think I still have it in mind. Up here are the highlights, I know. And then what is this? This goes into this goes into that. Ah, yeah, okay. So, in general, what I oftentimes did, let me explain to you the technique I used. For example, I have like this principal BSDF, then shaded to RGB and color ramp. And with this color ramp, I managed to extract like this data and these white parts, and I can use that as a factor in a mix color. And that means, for example, you have like, wait, that's not that. That's wrong, hold up. You have, for example, color A, which is in this case black, and color B, which is in this case also plugged into a principal BSDF, going to shader to RGB and a color ramp. And then, okay, I'm explaining this a bit too hard. Let's just say you have color A, color B, and color A. Color A is black, color B is blue, and then you have this black and white texture, and all the white parts will reveal all the B parts, and all the black parts will be all the A parts. So if you plug this in, the factor, you get... Let me actually just quickly disable this. You get basically this. That means...
Haha, now your cam's lagging.
Ah, yeah.
Hi.
It doesn't matter.
I know you receive this question often, but how long ago did you start? I've been animating for 6 months.
I'm gonna answer that in a second. Quick answer, 3.5 years ago. Short answer...
The screen and audio is fine.
Yeah. So, what I was saying. You have color A, which is black, color B is blue, and then this factor, which is basically making this color B appear, and color A is just gonna be black. So that's the basic principle. And then what I basically did is color B is this right here. This goes into the color B input. And then I have like a shader to RGB going to shader, this, and then to a color ramp, which extracts this data. And that went into another color ramp where I got... Okay, this is a bit dumb what I did right here. I could have just... Wait, yeah, I could have just... Anyways, just ignore it. I basically made this out of a color ramp, and that went into factor B, where I actually, if I make this a bit sharper, you get like this kind of step thing. Actually, I could have made that so much easier when I look back at it. Anyways, I hope you kind of get the gist of it. And for the halftones, this was like the halftones look like this in the raw thing, and then I'm gonna show you how I did them. But before that, I just merged them on top of this with the blending mode add. So set this to add, and then with a certain factor and blah 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 blah. Anyways, okay, this was not your question. Your question was how to make the halftones, and I'm quickly gonna show you. I'm not good at explaining on first try, which is why I'm writing a script for a video extremely long, because the last video wasn't really good. But yeah, short answer. This goes into shader to RGB stuff, and then I actually like inverted it, I think. Wait, can it please show up? I actually have to like recap what I did because I don't exactly know. So this is like, okay. Okay, Jesus Christ. I'm better at explaining. Let me just start over with this and try to explain it clearly and slowly so you understand. And then I'm gonna move on with my animation, because Jesus Christ. Okay, so we have a texture coordinate node, and the camera plugs into the mapping node. So what we wanna do is create like a Voronoi texture, and from that we can like extract the dots. And the Voronoi texture should be exactly from the camera view, and not like as a texture warped. So we start with the texture coordinate node, where the camera factor plugs into the mapping node factor. And then this plugs into the vector of the Voronoi texture. This goes into a random color ramp because I want to be managed to maybe control this later on. Then I inverted it so it looks like this. And then I plugged it into a math node set to greater than. And into the value. And in the threshold, there's just a simple principal BSDF going into shader to RGB, going into invert, going into a color ramp, which kind of this makes basically only like the dark parts appear, and I'm not sure what I did here. I don't know how this works actually. thank you for bringing this up. I actually have to recap that. I don't know how I did that. The thing with the Voronoi texture is, this is basically a texture that stores every size of the dots in there. So for example, if I have like a color ramp, or this Voronoi texture, this is like an inverted Voronoi texture. Now I have a color ramp, and like slide this through, you can see like it has all the different sizes of dots. If I remove all the gradients in between these, and just make it 100% contrast, and then make it brighter or darker, this basically gets you this. And this control basically, I put that into the value of a greater than node or something, and then, yeah, I guess you can replicate it. I think I also followed the tutorial. Then I just added it on top, and then added it on top of my texture with add. So my texture is right here. I'm terrible at explaining, by the way. My texture is right here. This is my texture. Looks, by the way, terrible. I think yours will look way better if you apply this. And then I added this on top. I guess that's it. I can't really help you that much because I, first of all, forgot how it works. Second of all, I'm terrible at explaining, and I'm really sorry. Maybe you understood. If you didn't, I'm gonna leave this open. You can ask questions. Your shader, by the way, looks great. It's just that it's just cycled. So I don't know how far you can get with that. Also, a thing you could do is what I did with my earliest work, but it's definitely, way more. Definitely takes way more time than that. Is to go the route of rendering separate render passes, and then you have something like this, where you composite it all together in DaVinci Resolve with like different effects. And then you can get like more towards the real Spider-Verse shader, but I guess you're not going for the real Spider-Verse shader and more for a cool stylistic route. And this also takes ages, by the way. Like every shot takes 2 days just to make the lighting work. Not actually making the lighting from scratch, because you still have to think about how it works. To the question, hi, I don't know if you're still here, but hi, I know this, how long have I been doing Blender? Because you've been doing it for 6 months. I've been doing Blender for, I've been doing Blender for 3.5 years. But animation is a thing I started consciously learning about a year ago. Yeah. So, actually, of course I made a few animations here and there, but like consciously starting to actually learn the mechanics a year ago. But I definitely had some experience with all the basics in Blender, so that's... Don't get overwhelmed if some people are learning quicker or not quicker, but stick with it, you will be great, trust me. Yeah. Hey, what's up, bro?
Yes, what's up, bro?
I'm just explaining to people who ask questions some things. Also, Marvin, I hope you're still here. You asked why, probably I'm not gonna show it on the stream if you don't want to, but the Arcane shader. So for anyone who doesn't know what I did, I basically recreated the method Fortiche, the studio behind Arcane, used. And I think I've also like figured out their secret sauce and everything. It matches what they said in behind the scenes, and yeah. So why you shouldn't do this if you want to make a quick animation, because this takes ages. For example, all the background is in general in Arcane, all the backgrounds are painted in Photoshop and then projected onto 3D geometry.
Yeah, no,
so
thanks,
you
bro.
kind of get
I'll try
that.
that out. I will definitely have to go back and take a look back at it again.
Okay, good, nice. Yeah, so what I was saying was, in Arcane they actually painted all the backgrounds and then projected it onto 3D geometry, so you can kind of get that parallax, but it's all painted. All the shadows are painted, nothing is simulated by light. The characters are fully 3D, and also have some lighting painted into it, so also like some shadows behind, below the mouth, on the cheek, below the neck, and also below the eyes, obviously. these are all painted into the textures, and then they kind of mixed that with calculated shadows with the computer. So with the computer, with what else? So actually, like, they put lights into the scene and rendered many different render passes, and then combined that with the painterly look, and then they did some glows and camera filters and lens flares and stuff like that. So if you want to go into the route of just doing a cool animation without like making it look like Arcane exactly, try to go an easier way, because like many people ask me if I could just send them like the Arcane shader, because it's like it's not a drag and drop and then it works. For every shot you literally have to set it up from scratch. You can copy and paste the setup, but mostly it will just be very different from every shot, so it will just be easier.
I feel overwhelmed and can't make my animations look good.
Hey man, don't worry. This is very normal. I've been definitely there. I'm still there actually. I can share some good resources for you. I learned everything from YouTube. Really good stuff is from this guy, Pirik Pico. He actually shares like some really nice animation content. You actually can also watch like in general of animation. You can also watch videos about Maya, because Maya is similar to Blender, and you want to learn the principles of animation and not which hotkeys to press, because I guess you already know that, and if not, then there are also resources for that. Sir Wade.
Hey Felix, I'm back.
Hey, this guy is also pretty good for animation. Then there is Alessandro Camp. I don't know, this guy. And then there's also that guy who is also really good, Chester Sampson. You can also watch that. But this is all like mostly Maya content actually, and not actually about Blender itself, except for Pirik Pico. And from them you can definitely learn a lot. I learned a lot at least. Any good else? Any good? Yeah, no, I don't know. If one of you in the chat actually has any further question, you can ask them. I am here for that. Okay, the hand is a bit weird though. Actually, no, it's fine. I think the hand is a bit too far out, no? Because you wouldn't like do this. It's like a bit more like... How can I achieve this? Has to move to the side, but also down. Oh, yeah. Okay. Final tweak to the hands. Let's do this. So this moves up. This is great. This, no problem. Yeah. That is not it. So I'm gonna kind of bring this more towards this side, but also go towards to the X thing. Actually, I don't want to move the X thing because that looks fine. I mean, I was kind of just like this, and it kind of has to go like this. How can I move?
Hopefully I did not miss
this?
much.
The wrist. No, you didn't. Well, I guess I just talked about the Arcane shader. If you just came now. Ah, hey Felix, I'm back. Oh yeah, I talked about the Arcane shader. It's a lot of work because you have to render out a lot of different render passes, do a lot of manual adjustments like manual masks you place, and you have to paint the background, then model from what you've painted, then project it onto 3D. Then you have to apply some camera lens effects, and all in all, like, just the compositing part takes you at least a day, if not more. And yeah, and then just setting everything.
Remember the Minecraft short film I was talking about? What if we use this Arcane method for Minecraft? I'll definitely try that out. Will you be making the Arcane shading tutorial?
Definitely. I'm gonna make one video about, in general, the style of Arcane. And then another video about, like, only the shading part. And that video will probably be about 40 minutes long, just because there's a lot to explain for not much to do. Like I have to explain in detail how the techniques work, because if the viewer doesn't understand how the techniques work, I don't even have to show like what I'm doing. So I'm gonna try to explain it really in detail, when to use what, and it's just also very depending on the shots. Yeah, in general, I don't really think, like, it's not a drag and drop thing. You can't like have a shot and then say, oh, okay, I've done the Arcane shader, let's just copy paste and maybe tweak some things. Mostly it's really just recreating everything for every shot, mostly, especially for shots that are different, because it's just, it really varies through the shots, but it just takes a lot of time. That's all I'm saying. It's not a simple drag and drop, which many people think. I'm sorry, but that's also how they did it in the show.
I sent you a shot I animated on Discord. Tell me your opinion. I only started learning 3 months ago.
Oh, okay. Ooh, third animation. In 3 hours. Oh, actually, oh, damn. It looks actually really good, holy moly. You really got the overlap in there, I did not expect that. Wow, shit. Is that Blender? No, that is Maya, right? Because the model is, I think, from Maya. I have too low experience to know if your muscles are working right, but it seems cool. But I definitely love the overlap. It's really cool, especially for like what you've been doing 3 like. It looks really cool. I'm really proud of you. This is actually, for 3 months, it's really cool. You got the overlap in there, you got the expression in there, you got I mean, the face muscles don't move at the exact same time, I think. I can't really see it that well here, but it's cool. It does like, it's really cool. Really sick. Sick. Incredible. Wild. Well, actually, I think never mind, hold up. This is just a bit not nice. Let's just pull that.
Dang BM, that is fire.
Right? That's crazy what he did.
I'm happy
yeah, no problem, man.
But I haven't even finished learning the basics yet. I just relied on my editing experience, nothing more.
Cool, yeah, right, because if you do like edits, you also do like, I guess, some overlaps. For example, if, I guess, text comes in, sometimes you do like, so the different, okay, I'm gonna shut my mouth. Crazy, really great. Really great.
Do you mind helping me out with something?
Depends what. If it's a question, yes, but I'm probably not gonna go too much into scenes because I'm gonna work on this right here, and then I'm gonna have to do a commission. But yeah, if it's just a question, sure. Something is not clean enough, and I'm not sure what it is.
I can't arrange an object on a torus while keeping the orientation.
Freak, what is a torus? Ah, sure. You can't array an object on a torus while keeping the orientation. Not? Wait. What you might try to do, what might fix the problem, is applying the scale or rotation or whatever. You do that by pressing Ctrl A and then all transforms.
Don't delete this live. Keep
No,
it recorded
don't
so
actually-
I can come back to it. You really motivated me, honestly.
I'm not going to delete this live. Well, that's great. No problem. Never mind, don't apply the scale, by the way. What you have to do probably... Okay, I honestly don't know exactly how to fix that problem, but I'm just giving you tips you could try. You can go to Object, set origin to Geometry, and then it's just in the middle again. I guess that could fix some stuff. You can also... Wait, array? Well, for me it works. I'm not sure what the thing is.
Adding a cube on the rim of the torus.
Like this? Like this? Maybe you joined them? You know? Wee. I guess it works for me.
Adding a cube arraying on the circular circumference of the torus.
Awesome. Okay, hold up a second. Okay. Okay, I guess you add a cube. And then you add an array modifier. And then you go to object offset and go on here. And then increase the count. Nope. Never mind. Why is it getting bigger? What the fuck? Duh. Dude, honestly, I don't have enough experience for that. Why is it getting bigger? I don't know. Oh, fit curve. That is not a curve. Who would have thought? A thing you could do, which actually helped me a lot, is asking ChatGPT. He actually has some really nice insights. And you could explain your scene to him, to it, or whatever.
Sorry for the lack of clarity on question.
No problem. I do that a lot. We got it. Oh, that looks good. Ooh. Right? I guess this could be a tiny bit more brought
one side
back.
and apply transform. The origin should be in the center of the torus.
Yes. Okay, hold up. Trying out freaking 30 things, hold up. Okay. Cube, bump to the side, center to our 3D cursor. That will do the same thing. Is it possible here? No, it's not. Is it possible here? Yes, it is. 3D cursor, array. Ah. What the f... Oh. Man, you gotta help me out here. What's going on? I'm gonna leave that to the side.
Once you rotate the torus, it should go around the torus.
Alright, that's how it went. Oh, sure, yes, of course. That's how it went. So like this 2 and... But why is it... Ah, applying scale. Hold up. Scale. Yes, that's how it went. Yeah. Like this? Question mark? Is that what you searched for? Dude, that looks cool. Holy moly. Oh shit. Yo. Ooh, you know how that looks?
That rogue renderer, thanks, I'll try that out.
That looks like this interstellar spaceship, you know? That docking scene. Coop, what are you doing? Docking.
No problem.
Like that.
Happy to help.
Oh,
Smiley face.
shame. Hold up.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, whoops. Hold on. Hold up. This is probably gonna get a copyright claim, but I don't even care. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I gotta do it. Okay, let me just stop the music. I gotta do it, I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
Docking. Endurance rotation is 67, 68.
Yeah, that was my extremely funny joke. Please laugh or I will be sad.
PhD taking over, loudly crying face with joy.
Actually, man, dude. Oh, that was fun. What do you guys actually think about Interstellar? It was my favorite movie for 3 years, and it's still a 10 out of 10 for me.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
Oh my god,
Oh,
Phoenix
man.
WHYYYY. What was that? Ha ha.
I don't know why I do such things.
It had to be
This
done.
makes... Yeah, it had to be done. It had to be done. Okay, now let's keep working on the animation, ladies and gentlemen. We are very close to being finished. Let me just...
Yeah, Interstellar is top tier.
Yeah.
It was necessary.
let's go. It was necessary. Yeah. Wait, what's the line? Wait, fuck, what was the line? Cooper, this is not possible. No, it's necessary. Dun 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 dun
Great
dun.
movie, but
Okay,
I
anyways.
didn't like the nth way love concept.
It is what it is. Man, I'm actually really happy with the hand right now. Because I was struggling with it for friggin' 3 hours. Okay, let me just re-render this and compare it how it looked earlier and how it looks now. Render, viewport animation. Now we can also look out for the details. I'm gonna... Like, my plan for this animation is just to make now the face correct. the mouth is finished. Now I'm gonna make all the cheeks and the nose, then the eyebrows. And after that, I'm gonna check every single frame if there's something clipping or just some sort of a glitch. And after that, I am finished. Then I'm gonna publish it onto a Discord server, ask for feedback, and throughout the next days, just correct everything I think should be corrected or shouldn't be corrected or whatever. Perfect. This is done. DaVinci Resolve. Hey, today I've been already productive for about 3 hours. Let's freaking go. Not wasting the day for once. Alright, let's delete that and let's go into our bruh. Renders anim right here. Let's import that. And now let's check how the arm has improved. So this is the arm now. And the arm was like this. Oh my god. First of all, way too fast. And second of all, that at the end. Yeah. And now it looks like this. Oh.
I'd recommend you using Keyframe MP to preview your playblasts. Really handy, I'd say.
Okay, I'm gonna screenshot that, so I'm gonna check it out later. I don't know how much different it is, but wouldn't it just work if you like render the viewport animation out and then go to view, render, view animation, and then you have the exact same thing? Just the thing with my animation is that I don't have, I have like the audio on the video editor, and if I render it out as the, with the video editor, then I have my reference in front of it. And if I disable the video editor, I don't have the audio with it, which is why I'm just putting it in DaVinci Resolve. And right here, I also have the option to mirror it, to just check with other eyes how it looks, which I'm gonna do. And it's delayed. I'm actually really happy with it. Just, yeah, the face has to be animated a bit better at the end.
Why answer to them? These are our streets. Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not hearing me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, why answer to them? These are our streets. Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not hearing me.
That's actually pretty cool. Let's mirror it back and view it one more time.
And they will send the enforcers.
Keyframe MP is basically a media player for animators, and you can draw over and stuff, so yeah.
Oh. Wait, but doesn't it cost? Isn't that like the one software that costs money or something? Or is it free? If it's free, then damn. Oh, I'm realizing something. When she goes right up here, this has to be moved a bit more in front because it's clipping through the geometry. Do not save this. All right.
Cool.
Bro, I honestly don't know why this is clipping through. Okay, this looks better. Nothing's clipping through anymore. Or nothing too much visible. How much is that coming out actually? Is that fine? Oh yeah, that's absolutely fine. Oh man.
Man, the fact that this
Anyways.
took 15 days loudly crying face is scary for me, especially for what I'm working on.
Yeah. This is just the nature of animation. Well, to be fair, first of all, since I've just like learned very much in a very short period of time, I'm still very slow with it. So this is like, if you do it more often, you will get quicker. And second of all, I still have a lot to learn. Hi. Oh, hi, Alyssa. Okay, now stress begins. Now I can't talk.
The Pro version is paid. You can get the base version for free, but the base version does not have some features. I bought the Pro version 2 years back.
Ah. Okay. Okay. I guess what I'm using is for like drawing on reference or animation, Sync Sketch, which I just have opened here. So now I can like, I have like noted down some stuff.
BTCH.
Someone should remind them.
Oh,
Should remind them. Streets. Someone should
I
remind
forgot
them.
to do that. Wait, did I? Remind him of that? Should I? Oh, I forgot to do that. Okay. Where's the audio for?
While drawing
Oh.
XD.
Hey, let's go.
I feel you.
Let's go, Alyssa.
Enjoy Skull.
Yeah.
These are our streets. Someone should remind.
Okay, remind them should go like remind them. Should go like a nice arc down here. So let's move this control on the y-axis, which is the axis for it being down. And then just, since she's saying remind, it goes up again, and
I
that
don't
creates a
know
nice
how, but
arc.
the animation I sent you, I didn't even do blocking or open the graph editor at all. Face with tears of joy. How long will the animation finally be?
Lol. Which is, I think, 8.3 seconds, if I remember. Yep. That took me 15 days, ladies and gentlemen. Remind. That looks terrible. I think that should definitely be a bit later. So let's maybe move it like this. No, but here it definitely already has to go up. Maybe it's just way too much. And maybe this right here also has to be done later. Yep. And now this can be brought out. And this can be rotated like this. Alright. Maybe this can be a bit quicker. How does this look? Actually, I can also like check it right here. That is a thing I just forgot. I don't know. Let's maybe just bring this further. Make this a bit like that. Okay, let's just keep this pose a bit longer. So we can read the I of remind. Ooh, that looks good. Okay.
Animation is beautiful, isn't it, people? 15 days for 8.3 seconds. Just amazing.
Yeah. It is. Hey. Start learning animation today. That is not how you should advertise it. But yeah, it's when you kind of get the hang of it, it's actually really fun. And you get the opportunity to work on massive, insanely inspiring projects.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay, I'm actually gonna delay this one. Let's move this down. I kind of want to have like. Oh. Oh no! It goes into the other direction. Ah.
You're not here.
Yeah, but still. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so right here, we do the same thing. This will move down on the y-axis. Maybe this will move a bit more up. So now it can move further down to have more contrast in the motion. And then it will come up again, but not over 1 frame, but over 2 frames.
Yeah, it's
Alright,
for
alright.
those who know what they're doing.
Yep. C'est très correct, monsieur. And that's the second thing I can speak in French. Okay, hold up. Nope. Like this. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Now it's actually an remind and not a remand with the lip. Actually, I might try to rotate this control a tiny bit so it looks better. What is that?
Well, now I'm motivated, animating my own project side by side.
Hey, let's friggin' go. That's awesome. Alright, I'm gonna make a keyframe here and then go further, make a keyframe here. Whoop. There we go. Okay, and now this pose is a bit more appealing.
You're not here.
Now let's do that on some other parts.
And they will send the enforcers.
So, why answer right here? It will look better if this is rotated. Let's just go over here. Now duplicate this along. Answer. Alright, let's once again do that, but now bring this down a bit. Oh yeah, right here definitely. On these would look so much better
Damn,
if
that
this is
looks sick and
rotated.
really complicated. You have my respect.
Thank you, Alyssa. It isn't too complicated when you've used the software for a long time. But yeah, every time, like first time opening Blender, it's always like looks like a freaking airplane cockpit.
These are our streets. Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not here. You're not hearing me.
Okay, Ayo, this looks cool.
These are our streets. Someone should remind our streets. Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not here.
Our streets. Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not.
Should remind them of
You're-
that.
Okay, what did I have in Sync Sketch for the that? That?
You're
Oh, that's right. That is right. Do I have that already done?
not.
I do not! Oh my god, let's go! This could potentially elevate my animation a tiny bit. Maybe not too much, but of that. Okay, right here. Let me just put this a bit more up of that. And I guess right here we could like...
You're not.
Actually, no, this would make it worse. Never mind.
You're not. You're not. You're not here.
Okay, we could try to delay some further parts. Like, for example... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Let me try to... nope. Okay, let me try to select this. Move it a bit over, like the outer corners of the mouth. And then soften it so it kind of
You're not here. You're not. Here.
doesn't stop that abruptly.
Remind them of
You're
that.
not here.
Okay, that looks...
Not here. Not here. You're not hearing me.
I guess fine.
Here. You're not here. You're not here. You're not.
Yep,
Not hearing
pretty happy with that.
me.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost done.
So why answer to them? These are our streets. Someone streets. Our streets. Our streets. Someone our streets.
Try squinting
Someone
one eye first and then the next in like a domino fashion. See how it looks. If you don't like it, just keep it as is. I actually see
where?
animators drawing lines and strange things, but until now I don't know why they do that.
Could you tell me where? I actually want to try it.
These are our streets. Our streets.
Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, also a thing I am gonna do next. In the face, everything is connected, and when the jaw, for example, moves, it pulls down the cheekbones. But since the cheekbones are further away, they will move down at a slight delay. So for example, this is the jaw, this is the cheekbone, then it will go like this. Like a slight... Also when it moves up, it's kind of like flash. A bit delayed. It pulls everything. So right now, everything moves at the same time, so I'm gonna try to kind of manually delay these cheekbones a tiny bit. I can't exactly move this just over because they are just all connected. And yeah, the same thing with the nose. The same thing with the eyelids on the lower bottom.
Our streets. Someone should.
So that's something I did on the first half of the animation, but I have to do in the second half, but that doesn't actually take too long.
These are.
Oh, do you mean on the these are with the with the eyes squinting?
When the eyes are squinting when pointing down for our streets. I saw a video with facial expressions and I think one eye first then the next will make
These
it
are
look
our
different.
These are.
Ah,
These
right
are-
here. Ah, yeah. So try squinting one eye first and then the next in domino fashion. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna definitely try to add some sort of because like muscles normally don't move at the exact same time with a slight difference always. So I'm definitely gonna do that either way, but let's see how big I can make it till it breaks.
To them. Answer to them.
But I'm gonna start with the cheekbones, which are actually also kind of controlling the eyelids. So yeah.
Them.
Now in this case, the cheekbones are leading the motion, so they are moving first. So let me just select both cheekbones, select the Y and the X coordinates. These are the X, right? Yeah. These are the Y. So up and sideways. Up, down, and sideways. Yeah, this is a bit broken on that side. Let me just, wait. Is that exactly overlapped, which is why it's like showing? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's great. So, oh, my posture is more than broken, actually. Okay. So right here. Why does it move down, though? Oh, because of this bone. Oh, yeah, actually, I have to move this bone first. Never mind. But that's fine. Let me pull that up. Okay. No, actually, oh, never mind. I also have to just constantly switch around the controls because H. Hi. My reading bot just said H. Alright, let me just delete that to clean everything up a tiny bit. Move this like that. Move whoop. Hi. I understood what you meant by H. Oh yeah, also, sometimes muscles cannot really control the smoothness of themselves, I guess.
These are.
So I guess what I'm gonna try to do is kind of make them a tiny bit snappier. So let's kind of rotate this.
These are.
Oh, that's way too much. Let's actually don't do that.
These are.
It's a bit too smooth. It's a bit too gummy. Let's check my reference. How snappy are muscles? Actually, really snappy. Let me just maybe do it on both sides and a bit later so it matches more with the other face controls. And then let's see. Okay, let's scale this up. And now let me just select all of these controls. Oh, whoops. And these two locations, maybe not. Nice.
These are.
That works. Yep, and there is already a slight delay right here, so that's great. And I'm gonna try to make the eyelids react the same way. Damn, these are squinted. And even the eye is peeking through. That's a thing I'm gonna fix at the very last stages. So let me just actually go in the other way. So let me try to kind of open them up again. And then right here, move them. Yeah, just a bit more like that. Maybe not that much. Oh, that's great. Cool. I guess I don't really know what you or how I should. Okay, perfect. And now I'm in the dark. I don't really know what you expect me to do. What? Wait, hold up. Let me just check your message again. Try squinting one eye first, and then the next, in a domino fashion way. Wait. I get what you. Wait. These. Oh yeah, actually, like this. These are. I was. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna try it. Actually, another thing I'm gonna do. After I'm done with the animation, I'm gonna try to kind of draw in some wrinkles and then animate them on and off on certain points, because this rig doesn't have any wrinkles, and you kind of need them to read the motion better. So I'm gonna add them later. Yeah, I thought about that. I guess I'm gonna just make this one later. So let me just kind of select this and delay it by like a frame. Wait. Alright. Let's try to kind of delay this by 1 frame. I guess it kind of. Oh yeah, actually, because it kind of goes like. Wait. It kind of goes like. Is that? Does that look cool? Looks a bit chaotic, maybe. I'm gonna try to kind of make it look good. Because I think you're onto something here, actually. That could actually be nice. Actually, I'm also gonna switch cameras to the camera which just straight up tracks the face, but in the right angle.
And they will.
So like this.
So,
Like in
why
a TikTok
answer to
edit.
them? These are our streets. These are our streets.
So now I can kind of follow it better with this, with the right angle. So now let me just try to yeah. Nah.
These are
Is that enough? Is that what you already meant? Oh wait, hold up. My speech chat isn't loading. Because why should it? Okay, hi. Start with the left one. Yep. Make it subtle. Don't over exaggerate. Okay.
these are
So like this.
these are our streets. These are
Let me just switch cameras again, because this is actually a bit of throwing.
these are our
Because I think also that fits better with the mouth movement, because she says like these with her right mouth corner going up, and that kind of these are our street. Wait.
these are our
Yeah, I guess that looks cool. I'm gonna keep that. Thank you for your feedback or whatever. Start at 220.
Start at
At
220.
220. You sure?
These are our streets. These are our
I guess I can try to kind of delay this to be a bit later. I mean, I don't want it to look like these is because you know how it might look if I delay it too much. It might look like when she says these, then this is pulling, like the these is affecting the cheeks to go that far up. These are our streets. Because like this way, it's more like in the reference also. And then like the cheeks pull the these
Maybe not
up. And that's why the
220,
D.
218.
218, yeah, still. Like starting here, I mean, I could try. I'm gonna just duplicate my file, so if I completely mess it up, it'll be fine, but yeah, I could try. Why not? Saves, it's number 28. Let's move it into this folder. All right, so let's try it. Okay. So I have to select all of these and all
Try
of
to match
this.
it to the cheeks for sure.
And now let me just grab this.
These are
Like this.
How many steps of
These are
Control plus
ours.
Z do you have?
I don't know. I think like 32. But like this. I mean, now it's just glitching, but apart from that. Wait, I have to delete this key, this key, this key, and this key. There we go. Now this is just like glitching down right here, and I'm not sure which control this is. Ah, this one. Alright.
These are our
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna fix that later. I'm just gonna keep it there.
These are our these are
But like this.
These are our streets. These are our these are our streets. These are our
It kind of looks a bit. I mean, if I compare to how it looked before. Wait, let me just Control Z it a bit.
These are our
Because like this is like, as you can see, like in all my references, this came just like natural to like exactly where I said these, or even right before that I squinted. Did she do something similar in the show? Yeah, I guess it's a different motion, but I guess she also like starts squinting it
They
before
are
she
still
says
the
it.
same. Think of it as a wave.
these are
Wait, hold up. Never mind. Okay, so as a wave. So you mean with all the delays and stuff? But like from a timing perspective, would it be better to make it like right here as a point of making it? I don't know how to say it. The squint should the squint start at like where it starts right now, or like really even later? Because for me personally, I think it's nicer here. I haven't done like all the delays yet. Just to clarify, it was a good idea. Definitely like with the how do you call it? The different timing. So like this starts first. But yeah, I'm just gonna work with making it a bit more wavy, as you said. So like this is this control. Okay, hold up. Now this gets kind of. The thing is about this rig that every control kind of moves itself
Start it wherever the
automatically.
cheekbone raises itself. Then start from the left to right.
Yeah. Just didn't get for a second what you meant. But yeah, now I get it. Okay, this is a bit much.
These are
Okay, this goes a bit too much up. Holy moly. Let me just make a keyframe here. Okay, yeah, these are all wrong because these have to be pushed down.
Good.
Good. So I guess I could make these a tiny bit earlier so it kind of sells more that the cheekbone pulls. And this can be moved down a bit. I don't know why this is already like affecting it so much. Yeah, this is kind of moved like to the side is moved because of the mouth. So let's just kind of pull that back where it's actually needing to be. And then adding the delay for the mouth. So like right here. And then like about right here. That thing moves down, I guess. And then this is definitely way
I
more
should have learned
delayed.
graph editor before animation.
these are
Yeah, I guess graph editor is animation.
these are these are these are
Okay, it definitely looks like
these are-
more organic
these are-
now.
these are these are these are these are
Kind of like there's a weird shadow forming right here, but I guess that's correct. I could try to kind of move it a bit on the z-axis, which should be forward. Yep. That actually should happen, yep. So right here, wait, was z-axis? There it is.
these are
Not only here, also on... Wait, yeah, that thing. Because there's like a weird shadow forming, and I don't want that to be in the render. And that makes more sense. So let's do that. Wait, does that make sense? Yep. Alright.
these are 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 these are
Yep, that's good. I'm fine with that side. Now I'm gonna go towards this side, which is gonna be a bit later. So let's... So both of these start right here. So let's kind of make this start a bit later. And for some reason, I think the mouth, or I don't know what is it, this one? Yeah, this one. Yep, this shouldn't be at any bottom yet. Burp. Okay.
Did you animate every single control on the face?
No, I think yeah, okay, I have animated that one. I have animated that one. Hey, we found a control. I haven't animated this control because why would anybody need that? Womp. But basically, yes. Oh yeah, no, I didn't animate this control as well because this kind of moves. Doesn't move.
Our street.
I maybe should have animated that as well. But I think it looks fine that way. Holy shit. Ugh. Let's just copy paste some of these.
These are
Alright. This still has to be a bit later. Because this controller has to lead. Dude, I'm being a bit quiet right now. I think many people have left the stream by now. Yep, it's dropping. Oh no, numbers are dropping. Dude, we peaked at 14 viewers. Holy moly. Life achievement. Alright. I don't know. Let's just check first. Okay. Let's make this later. Okay, this goes a bit too far up. So let's kind of bring that down again. That is fine. Okay, pretty cool. Now this has to have a bit more delay. Let's bring that up. Actually, let's bring it down here. If we turn this off, can we tell what moves first? Okay, yeah. So we see the face there. Okay, this still is a bit weird. Actually, it isn't that weird. This is like a very close up, so it doesn't look that
The
good.
right eye is too
But from the
snappy.
distance, the right eye is so snappy. Oh, you're
Looks
right.
like constant
You
at
are
full
right.
squint.
You are right. Yeah, okay, I'm definitely also maybe gonna, yeah, hold up. The eye control, also where the eye looks, I just said also, that is a German word for so. Yeah, I think, wait, but why is this like right here moving up? Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, so I have to go ahead to this control. And so before that fully reaches its final position, this is gonna be on 75%. So now it kind of has a slight move. No, I guess let's make it on 50.
Our streets.
Is that better?
These are our streets. These are our streets. These are our.
Let's make this on like, yeah, on 75.
Our.
Yeah, the second one on 75 is fine.
Our streets. These are our. These are our streets. These are our. These are.
All right, let's keep animating this thing. Okay, yeah, then streets is really weird, but we're getting to that. Okay, this is a squash. So let's, okay, holy shit, what's going on here? Where's the control? There it is. So this is moving up to way too much.
Good.
Actually, we try to, oh, thank you. We try to view it from this view. So for streets especially, we might just pull these two controllers up a bit more. Might look weird on this screen, but everything that matters is the final image. And we want to have like the streets, I want to have a nice impact here. So let me just
The body moves
select
too
this.
far when saying our streets.
Our street.
That might be a thing that's correct. Yep, I can tweak the body controller in a second. Hold up, let me just... That's also nice feedback. Bro is watching out my whole animation, that's great.
Streets. 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 Streets.
Oh, that looks cool. Maybe this has to be a bit more delayed. Is there actually any motion? Of course. Yep, let's delay these 2 keyframes.
Streets. 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 Streets.
Nice. All right, and the nose has also has to be animated. So
These are our streets.
okay, now let's check the body controller.
These are our streets. Them. These are our streets. Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
Let me just select everything that comes after that, and
Our our our
like this.
our street. These are our streets. These are our streets. These are
Nah, a bit more, because she actually makes like a step right there.
What haven't you ever done on
Our-
Blender?
these are our
Geometry node. Character modeling.
Correct. These two things is something I haven't done.
our street. They're our street. They're our they're our they're our they're our
I mean, the reason, like, this may be a bit of a lame excuse, but the reason why I have, like, sometimes emotion a bit too much is because I wanted to have this feel a bit more comic-y, like, not especially comic-y, but, like, my early animations were all really stiff, and what mattered to me right here is just to have it rather be a bit too exaggerated than too less exaggerated, if that makes sense. Too little exaggerated. But if you're telling me it's really too much, then I mean I can tweak it, but I am not sure how much is correct.
our
Yo, and in 15 minutes I gotta go.
these are our
Okay.
these are our them. These are our these are our streets. Someone these are our streets. These are our streets. Streets.
I'm gonna do the nose now. Whoops, holy shit.
These
I understand that, but the moment you do that, then it means you'll need to make it comic-y throughout your animations.
That's right, yeah.
these are
Yeah, I guess I don't wanna like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to tweak it.
these are our they're our they're our street. They're our
In heading out, have a nice
these
day.
are our street. These
Yeah, you too.
And the more cartoonish it looks, the more less realism you remove. So always keep it subtle when needed.
Yeah. That's actually really good advice.
our streets. Streets.
Ooh. What the fuck? Let's make this a bit higher.
Our street. Streets. 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 Our streets. These are our streets.
Okay, nose is done. I'm gonna go to the COG now.
Our streets.
Wait, nose is not done. Hold up.
Streets. Our streets. Someone. Our streets. Our streets.
Alright.
Our streets.
Okay. COG. Okay, so this is without it,
Our streets.
which is not
Our
great.
streets.
This is with it. Okay, I guess I can... Is there like a hotkey to select everything from the cursor on the right? That would be great.
Did you do this every day?
These are our streets.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah.
these are our
I do this every
these
day.
are our streets.
Is that better? TTG Commando.
These are our streets. These are our streets. Someone should remind them. These are our streets.
Yeah, I guess that is better.
These are our streets. These are our streets. These are our streets. Them. These are our streets. Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not here.
Whoops.
Remind them of
You're
that.
not here.
Should remind them of
You're
that.
not here.
Should remind them of
You're
that.
not here.
Oh, why answer to them? These are our streets. Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not here. For the enforcers.
So why?
Whoops.
Send the enforcers.
So why answer to them? These are our streets. Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not here.
These are our streets. Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not here.
Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not-
Someone should remind them of
You're-
that. Someone should remind them of that.
You're-
Someone should remind them of
You're-
that. Should remind them of
You're
that.
not.
Nice.
It's better.
These are
Nice.
our answer to them. These are our streets. Someone these are
Should I do it more? Or like decrease it more?
our streets.
Because like moments like these are also like
Why
kind of
answer to them?
cartoony, like this. You know, so
Answer to
but also just kind of cartoony, so I had to decrease it. So it's not like cartoony and kind of cartoony, so both are kind of cartoony, if you know what I mean.
these are
I'm just yapping at this
our
point.
streets. Our streets. Someone should remind.
Okay. Oh yeah, the eyebrows now for this thing
These
are a bit too smooth. Mr. Smoothie. So let me just... Alright. Let's actually just move this. And whoops. And this.
these are these these are these these are these are our these are
Nope. Eyebrows are snappier. Oh, I could try to individual origins 0.
these are these are these
Oh yeah, and also I'm gonna add a delay between the eyebrows, but
The shoulder
that's gonna
raises
be
make
done in a
sense. The
second.
movement body movement with the lower following however needed changing, which you did.
Correct. Thank you very much for your advice, by the way.
these are
Sometimes, or not sometimes, every time when animating it happens that like the animator gets a bit blind. If you know what I mean, like doesn't see the mistakes anymore and just everything feels normal. And then someone with fresh eyes watches it and says, oh, what did you do? So thank you for being that person.
these are 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 these are
Oh, that shouldn't be. Z. Yep. Back down here.
our
Yep.
these are our these are our These are our. These are.
I guess there is already kind of a delay. Nope, there isn't. It just seems like it.
You always need another eye
Let's-
from a viewer's perspective.
Yes, exactly. Alright, let's... I guess one frame is too much.
These are.
Actually... Whoops. Actually, it's not necessarily too much. Okay, wait. I have an idea. Let me just push these. And this.
Felix, please can you show me how to animate eyes? You said something about snap.
Yes, the eyes are not animated. If you record yourself, you will see that the eyes never just drift around, because they only do that when you track something with the eyes. But when they just like look around, they just snap from one place to another. And easy way to do it is just to place it down on the keyframes you need to, and then set your interpolation to constant by pressing, like, you select your keyframes, pressing T, and then going to constant, which will just not interpolate at all. But that's a bit too snappy, so I would recommend to do it like with 2 frames. So for example, let's say, like, I don't do it with my rig because I don't want to mess my keyframes up, but let's say you have like a frame here, then you move forward in time and have a frame there. Let's say, that was easy said, but like, let's say you have like your eyes right here and you just have it on constant. Your eyes like snap from one place to another. I would recommend you to, the frame before you do that, just like interpolate your 2 keyframes right here by pressing like just normal interpolation. You probably have like Bezier on default. Then making another keyframe like roughly in the middle, then setting it back to constant, and then moving this frame like in the frame in front of that. So now it like snaps with 2 frames.
These are.
And that's a bit less snappier. Or you could also, with a bit quicker to do, download the add-on Tween Machine, which is free for Blender. And then you just go in the frame before your eyes move and press 50%. That'll interpolate everything by 50%, and boom.
These are.
That's basically it. So yeah, never have the eyes on Bezier, because that'll look extremely unrealistic and you would never see that in the real world.
These are our. These are ours. These are ours. These are.
Okay, let me try to move the eyebrows a bit like this, so they kind of clash together, and then have these delayed. So, wait. Whoops.
Ours. Ours. Ours.
Actually not.
Ours. Ours. Ours.
Actually, but right here, it could actually be a bit closer together even. Like this.
These are.
What's happening here? Wait, what? Okay, got it. So yeah, this is like this. Then this is going like that.
Ours.
Yeah, delay. Let's make this lead this motion. So,
Okay, man, thanks.
Yep, no problem. Whoa, that is hoo-hoo. Hashtag slightly too much. I guess in this viewport is what matters, so I guess we could try to make it a bit more like that.
Yo, Corix Genshin uploaded 40 minutes ago.
Who? I'm terrible with names. I probably know the person. Let me just quickly check. Corix Genshin. Shoot, I actually don't know this guy. A whole 20 million subscribers. Nope. Do not watch him. That's not a recommendation. I do not watch him. Okay, let me just. Ugh, that was too much.
Our streets, our
Oh, and then streets is gonna
street, our
be. Let me just. Yeah, okay. While this goes down, let me just like make the streets thing. Right, streets. All right. Let's delay this so it'll be more like streets.
streets.
Nani.
Who do you watch then?
I watch a lot of Corridor Crew,
Streets.
but I like. Wait, is that like a 3D YouTuber? Probably not. I think gaming.
Street.
I might be wrong. Well, gaming videos I actually do not watch anymore
Streets.
because I quit gaming.
Streets.
Sigma.
Streets. 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 Streets.
Yeah, who do I watch? I watch just a lot of animation videos, which I shared earlier. I watch a lot of Corridor Crew. But besides animation... Shit, what do I watch actually? Where's my phone? Oh, that's my phone. Let me actually check what's on my For You page. That's a good question.
No rocket
Jesus Christ.
jump? Corridor Crew is amazing.
Yes, it is. Oh, the only channel I think I watch besides...
But I still watch Corey.
Nice. Oh, I thought Corridor Crew. Corey, okay.
You quit
Yeah,
gaming,
I guess the only thing I watch besides animation is maybe like there's like a YouTuber who is like a therapist and he reacts to Arcane
Yo TTG when you watch Kalis.
and gives really cool trauma insights about like what they have written in the show. So that's what I watch, but
Streets. Someone.
oh, also I watch Dr. Mike for some reason. Well, not anymore. Well, yeah, I sometimes. Like, I'm not a medical person, but it's very interesting to learn about stuff from him.
Streets. Someone should. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. Someone should. Our streets.
So yeah, that's the people I watch. But basically only animation.
Now I use two.
Rarely. Actually, crazy.
Someone.
Crazy.
Someone. Someone.
Ooh, like a little bump, someone should remind them, and then...
Someone should.
Oh, that's actually cool. Holy shit, hold up. That is actually a pretty cool thing to do.
Face purple crying. Since you like VFX,
to
watch
what?
Raka Raka.
Oh yeah, no, I do. I don't, but I know them. Ew.
Someone.
But didn't they like stop uploading like a while back? Oh, I okay. Anyways, I watched their videos, but yeah, they stopped uploading, so I don't watch them.
Someone.
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 At
Someone
Marvin
sh-
Studios, I
Ooh,
used to watch him when High's name was Infinite or something like that.
Someone. Someone. Someone.
Who? Whoops, wrong control. This one. Yep.
Someone should. Someone.
Nope.
Someone. Someone. Someone should remind. Someone should.
Someone should remind them of that.
Someone should. Someone should. Someone should. Remind. Remind them.
You're not
Remind them.
Remind. Let's actually like push this pose extremely much.
Hey Felix, on
Extremely
your
much. What the
Arcane
fuck?
tutorial, would you also show how you did your render passes and compositing them? Cat face with rice smile.
Of course. That is what the tutorial will be about.
Remind.
The thing is, Hi Felix, by the way. The thing is, you might think, or like many people think, so I'm assuming you do too, that it's like a one button shader thing that you like can drag and drop it and it's quickly done. But actually, like every shot,
hard way. You're better off
every
exporting
shot
it
take.
in X and using Cryptomats. At TTG Commando O, right, that he has difference channels.
I'm gonna let you guys talk. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's not a drag and drop. It takes like for every shot like a day to composite, and by a day I mean 6-7 hours. You can drag and drop it if your scene is pretty similar, but as soon as your scene changes only a bit, it's just like easier to just redo it. It's just like a lot of work. It's not a lot of work. It's really simple to do actually. It just takes a lot of time. I'm gonna to explain to you guys. I'm gonna make a video about how the general Arcane style works with all the backgrounds, with all the lens effects and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna make a video about only the shading method, which will take about 40 minutes to explain. The thing is, it might seem a bit long, and you might think, "Oh no, this is so much work." It is much work, but mostly this video will be just explaining you guys the method, so you understand the method and can apply it in any program, in any software you like After Effects, for example. And that's why it takes a long time to just the video will be long. So don't get overwhelmed. But yeah, you can't expect it to just be like a 5-minute thing.
I am aware,
like
an
this
animator, we are
takes
very
a few
used to
days.
long hours.
Yep, that's good.
Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not-
Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
That is good. Yeah, because in general, what you do is, yeah, well, I already explained how it generally works, but it also like includes. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna explain it in the video. It's too hard to explain just right now. I don't want to open the box of Pandora.
After Effects
You're
is
not
layer-based
here.
compositing.
Not-
Best is
Yep.
Nuke or Fusion.
Yep. Hey, this guy understands it stuff. Hey, let's go. Yeah, for example, I also explain how to do certain things in After Effects in comparison to Fusion. But then I also explain why, for example, Fusion is better, and also explain like the problems with After Effects in some cases. Like, for example, I think you guys might know what a Luma matte is. So basically, like the white parts of an image reveal a layer of another image. And for example, if you kind of manipulate this Luma matte or add more layers to it, so you kind of build your Luma matte, in After Effects you have to pre-compose it and then use that as a Luma matte. While in Fusion you have the whole thing just as a thing and can connect the output of that into like the Luma matte input. And then when you want to edit your Luma matte, you can't really see the result in After Effects instantly because you have to open your pre-composition and then switch compositions to kind of view the results. While in Fusion, for example, you have everything in place. That's why I love Fusion, and that's why you should do complex setups like these in a node-based system, but it's still possible with After Effects. Yes. It basically uses the luminance values. Yep, that was the word. But yeah, it's in After Effects, it's called a Luma matte, so I'm going to call it also a Luma matte. I think it's just in general in compositing called Luma matte.
Not here. Not here.
Yeah, and things like these. For example, some people don't know what a Luma matte is, which is why I spent like alone 3 minutes in the video explaining what a Luma matte is and showing examples. Maybe a bit shorter than that, but like that is why the video will probably take a bit longer, because I really want to explain every technique I use so everyone understands it and can, yeah, just apply it in any software without just. I don't want to make a tutorial where I just like show the steps. Now you click this, and now this, and now this. I want to really explain why you should click in every click, why you do every click. So.
Hearing. Not
So that was
hearing.
masks
Not
you're referring to, right?
That was what? Yeah. For example, wait, I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna show you. Render layers, shot 2. Okay, so for example, what I did among other. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm losing my mind. Okay, for example, this is a mask for the skin. Okay, I didn't actually use that. That was just a test, but yeah. For example, I have a mask of the skin, a black and white image, where I used the white data to only do a certain effect on that white data, for example. And this is basically the Luma matte. Or Luma mask, or luminance mask input, whatever. And a thing I did, which I didn't see many people do, is using a light render. Like, for example, wait, let me find the main light render here.
Black
A light
and
render
white
like
is the
this.
thing it's masking.
I guess. I don't. Okay, anyways. What I basically did is, what I didn't see many people do, or actually anyone do, is use a light render, just a normal black and white light render without any textures as a Luma matte. So for example, all the white parts reveal a layer and all the black parts reveal another layer. So for example, I have a shadow texture, so a separate texture for the shadow, and then I inverted this black and white render, and then I made it so basically the shadows in here are white and all the lights are black, so everything you see right here is just inverted. And then I basically have my normal base color, and then the shadow texture revealed by this inverted light render. And that's basically, like, for example, a thing I did. And like right now on stream, I just explained it really quickly, but I really want to go in depth by explaining it so everyone really gets it. And I also, then I just do like curves adjustment for this light render, so the shadows are a bit sharper. That's also why I rendered everything soft. I can then with curves adjustment kind of control how big the shadow should be. So I can kind of move the 2 points together on curves adjustment so it's more contrasty. And then when I move them to the right or to the left, the shadow becomes bigger or smaller. So that's, for example, why I render everything with a bit of softer light. Although I want hard light in the final composite.
You're not hearing.
Yeah. So for example, that's like a thing, a part of the video. But that's like the first explanation. And then I kind of manipulate that Luma matte to get like the arcane look of the shadows more out of it. By using masks, for example, and then explaining where certain masks should be.
Not hearing.
Yeah, and just stuff like that. So that's why the video will probably take about 40 minutes. I can actually, hold up, I want to show you something. I've been a good boy, I've done my homework. So, in school,
But that's a lot of extra steps
sometimes
there,
I
because
don't-
you have to do the same for the face and the hair. Extra Files saves those data and you can just do that in Fusion regardless. Or is there any different?
Wait, what?
Face with tears of joy.
You mean... I'm not sure what you mean. I guess you mean... I mean, for the hair, the lighting is just completely different, which is why I did it separately. And EXR files can store it all as one file.
Did Felix just say
At the time, I
he
did-
did his homework?
Yeah. Anyways, I rendered it out as separate render PNG sequences because I didn't know how to do it otherwise. I think now I could potentially do it with an EXR sequence with like view layers. Yeah. I have to go in a second, but yeah, I don't really get the I mean, yeah, it is different because it's not just a light pass you enable in the here. It's literally just the texture removed, a principal BSDF put in, background set to 0, transparency activated, and then a light placed into the scene. And like that, I did all of these passes right here. These are like the passes you have to do for one shot. I'm thinking about what I can show you as well. Yeah, I guess a lot of masks in here. Like, for example, for masks, I highlight, which I think I can do with the Cryptomat, but at the time, it wasn't a long time ago, but I've learned a lot since. Yeah, yeah. Also, like, I rendered a specular render of the hair, for example, and then I just combined that all. Dude, can I press play? Ah. Okay, I guess you can't really see a lot here. Anyways, and yeah, just to finish the stream, I'm gonna play this because it is just, I'm pretty proud of it. And then when you like combine all of these render passes together with all the shadow passes,
thing almost like an image picker.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna figure out how to do it with Cryptomats eventually. Well, when I do the video. Yeah, just basically it's a lot of different render passes with a lot of different light combined with just masking stuff. And having different textures for certain things, like a separate shadow textures, so it kind of blends seamlessly with the painted shadows. And yeah, then a lot of lens effects, like certain lens blurs where there actually physically shouldn't be.
Burn you out.
What you did is a lot more complex. Will it burn me out? Dude, I do stuff every day that should actually burn me out, so I'm waiting till it happens, but actually it's pretty fun. Like with compositing and stuff. I'm gonna show you how much I wrote at school about the shading video. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, frick, you can't even see. Wait, you can't even see. Just want to kind of show off how much I wrote from my soul.
How do you render the highlights in the same way you did?
Oh, yeah, this way you can see it.
Yo, Felix,
all
before
of this
you leave, I still sneezing face need your help with my animation.
Sneezing face? Your sneezing face need my help. Ah, crazy. Yeah, I could. Yeah, you couldn't ask me a question, but all of this is like maybe half of the script. Hey, I can type. Look how cool I am. Okay. I don't know why I do that. Anyways, I have to go. I'm gonna quickly take a look at your animation, Marvin.
How
have
do you
you?
make the eye move
Do you
like
mean
that?
keyframes? Next question. Marvin, do you mean your animation like this animation, how to do with the grass and stuff? How I can't really help you because like doing the Arcane shader, as I just explained, is just like a lot of work I don't think you want to do or should do in this case. Because like for example, yeah, no, there is no example. It's just a lot of work, a lot of manual work.
At BM, he uses constant mixed with the tween machine add-on. Holy she, that's long LOL,
yeah.
Sneezing face.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys, I have literally to go. Literally to go. That's not okay. Thank you guys for sticking around. It's been actually a great stream. Thank you, TTG Commando, for your live feedback. It was really great.
You're not here. You're not here.
And yeah, I think the animation is mostly done. I'm gonna tweak a few more things.
In German, search is such. Rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, suche.
Floor laughing.
Oh mein, Bro, ja, suche.
And they will send the enforcers.
So, why answer to
So this is
them?
the animation so
These
far.
are our streets. Someone
Mostly I'm gonna leave it.
Not hearing me.
I'm gonna upload to Agora and to many other Discord servers. Actually, just 2. And then I'm probably not gonna stream this anymore. So this might be the last stream of this animation because it's like really nearly finished. I'm gonna composite this in the Arcane style. I'm gonna I'm gonna put this into one word and put this on which will go to
Face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy.
Yes. Keep animating, keep creating, keep being a wonderful, cool, helpful person like you've been this stream. 103 views. What the fuck? Okay, anyways.